everybody, it's Noelia with my Moxie Dreams. I hope that you are all doing well and that you had a phenomenal holiday season. It is the new year and I'm super excited. I am praying and hoping that this year is going to be a great year where we're going to be equipped mentally, physically, spiritually for all the good things that are going to come out of this year, and that we would just have a prosperous year. So let's say amen to that one, shall we? Thanks for being patient. I mentioned in my last plan with me that I had uploaded that I was taking a 2-week vacation. I relaxed and enjoyed family, and I was able to tackle a lot of my items that had been in my to-do list all year long. So I'm super ecstatic to kind of start the year in a good place, and I hope that you are starting the year in a good place too. So thanks for joining me today. I am doing my January setup. I'll do a quick walkthrough of my planner as I'm going through it and setting it up. If you want to see a detailed setup of my planner, there is a video on my 2021 setup, so feel free to go check that one out. This is going to be just my January setup, how I prep for the current month. So let's begin. If you've seen my other video, you've seen my kind of setup, and I'll chat a little bit about certain things in here. There are certain things that I have in my planner all the time, all year round. It doesn't change. And the first thing that doesn't change is that I have Franklin Covey, Her Point of View monthlies on 2 pages. I have the full year in my planner. This is where I keep my appointments and things like that. So nothing in this section gets taken out. The only thing that gets changed around is I take the current month and I move it to the center. And the reason why is because I like flat surface. I don't like to be writing in my planner and you see that this is kind of one side is chunky. So I basically take my January month and I go to the center where I have my monthlies ready to go. And this is where my monthly goes. So that way, again, you have my full year up front for at a glance, my 2-year at a glance here. But when I want to go to the current month, I just go to my monthly tab. You see my monthly tab here, and it'll take me right to January. Now behind the January is my weekly to-dos, and they go right here. So I'm gonna grab my weeklies. Now these are the ones that I made myself. These are inspired by the 5 Choices Franklin Planner classic ones. I just love the layout so much. Unfortunately, they don't make it in compact size. You have the notes in the front, the week, and the notes in the back. So I have all of January's ready to go. I'm gonna put this right behind. I'm gonna take my weekly tab and put it right in the week that it's supposed to, the current week. So now when I open my planner, I have the ability to go straight to my monthly, and from my monthly, I can go straight to my weekly at a glance. So let's just make sure, let's go through and make sure that there's nothing else missing. So we have our year at a glance, we have my folder. I'm missing some to-dos because I use these a lot. So let's refill that. So these I get from Daiso, and I just take a few, maybe like 4 or 5, and I basically just replace it here and stick it onto this area. It sticks pretty well because the adhesive is pretty good. I just keep that kind of there. I typically have 3 kinds of paper here. I have regular paper, blank paper, and graph paper. When I say regular, I mean lined. So I don't have graph paper here because I've used it, and I don't have plain paper. So let's get that going. I have some plain paper here. I always like to have plain paper first. This is basically just regular copy paper that I cut down to size. Then I like to have the lined paper, which is this Franklin Covey lined paper. And then I like to have graph paper. So this is like Michael's Recollection. Again, I have so much stuff, but I know what I like. And these Michael's Recollection ones, I really do like. So I'm just cutting those so they can easily fit into my planner. So there is the refill of my blank pages, lined, and graph. Then we get into the monthly. There we go, monthly, weekly. This is my word of the year, Moxie. Okay, so then we go into to-dos. I like having this kind of running to-do list for the week that I could then take out. It's kind of like a brain dump that I can then go into my weekly to-dos and transfer things that need to be done on a specific day. So I'm getting the month of January's and putting them in. So they're gonna go behind this guy. Okay, then I have to-do lists. This is something I created based on a Target dollar spot notepad that I fell in love with. So I have different options for my to-do list, and this is also just random. This could be my grocery list. This can be different things. I oftentimes take one of these removables and I'll add this here, and then suddenly this could become my garden. And I can start putting all the things that I'm gonna put in my garden, the plants or whatever. So, okay, so I have enough to-do pages here. Let's go to goals. I don't think I need to add anything, but we'll just double check. That's my word of the year. Leave a comment below and let me know if you do a word of the year and what you chose. I would love to know what you guys chose for your word of the year if you do it. So this basically just signifies that this is my weight loss workout section of my planner. I have the starting weight, how many miles that I did for that particular month, and then each month my starting weight and how many miles. So this is just going to be a 3-month at a glance to hold myself accountable. I believe I got this from Sterling Inc., this download. I love her. I get her every year, this particular insert. This is the weekly tasks, and it's blank because I haven't had a chance to fill it out quite yet. But here's where I write in if I took a Peloton cycle class, how long, how many calories did I burn, if I worked out on the treadmill, if I did weights, if I went out walking the 4 miles with my best friend. This will kind of be an actual snapshot of the workouts that I did. So that's what these are. So there's the full month. All right, there's my daily routine. None of this gets taken out. This is my 52-week journey, and I have my starting weight here, and then every week I'm gonna be writing down my check-in weight. So I will be weighing myself every Saturday and putting it here. So I don't know if I'm gonna share that with you guys. I think as I progress and start to lose weight, once I get to like here, I might show it. Then I have, on the back of this, I have my measurements. So there is my little measurement gal, and it has before and all my measurements, and then after. Normally I would give myself till my birthday, which is in late April, but I don't want to put that much pressure on myself. So I took my measurements on the 1st of January. I will take my measurements in probably 6 months and see how well I've done. So moving along, next tab up top is my social media tab, and this is basically a tracker that I've created, and it's basically just keeping track of all my growth. I have a content ideas sheet where I write down videos that I want to do or posts on Instagram that I want to do. They're here. This is my yearly fold out. This front side is for my Instagram posts. I highlight when I post. I'm trying to be consistent and post every other day or every 2 days. So this is kind of just to show me the consistency in my Instagram posts. And then on the back, I have my YouTube uploads. I upload every Monday, so you'll see that every Monday is highlighted, and then any extras won't be highlighted because those are out of the norm of my regular uploads. So this is just, again, to be able to remain consistent. Then I have my reseller. This is my Poshmark. I have a side gig that I've been doing for almost a year now, and it is where I either take things that I already own or go thrifting for things and sell them on Poshmark. I've done okay. I sell probably about 200, 250 per month, which for me is just great because it's extra income that I can apply towards my debt. So what this does is I write down every day that I sell. Like for instance, I had 2 sales on the 1st, 1 on the 2nd, 1 on the 5th, 2 on the 6th, 2 on the 7th. And I'm able to do a quick look at, I didn't sell for 2 days. I haven't sold for 1 day. And then I go on to Poshmark and just share and do what I need to do to get that active so I can get as many transactions as possible. So this is where I put all the transactions that I sell here. Then I have my family tab. This was an accident. Let me just show you. This was a transparent Post-it, and I forgot it was there when I laminated it. So now it's permanently laminated inside the sheet. So it's kind of great because it really is my morning routine. This is a new part that I added into my planner. Franklin planner has these plain mini tabs. I think there's like a set of 12, probably to be used for the months, but I decided because of the way my family is, and I was struggling, not really struggling, but it was becoming annoying. I didn't have any sub tabs in my family and I needed it. So I have meals, trips, kids, doctors, home, and garden. I love them because they hide behind, they're not poking out too much. Meals obviously is the meal planner. Trips, I have my Franklin Covey vacation travel planner. I have kids, which I won't show because that's just basically their school information, their teachers, their counselors. Doctors, the same thing, I won't show. It has all of their medical information. Each of us have our own set of specialists and doctors that we see. Under home, again, I use the Franklin Covey forms. They have different sets and I'll link them below. I think I have a video where I go through every single Franklin Covey form that they sent to me and showed you what was inside. And I can't remember where this is from, but I'll try to link it or have it somewhere on the screen. But this is the home project record. So I have that. So there's a home that just kind of has the auto, any projects that I'm doing at the house. Then I have my garden tab, which is, this is a new setup of my garden, how the beds are going to be laid out, how I'm going to be planning my garden. Then behind it, I have a sheet where I have all the plants that I'm starting from seeds, when I planted them, all of that kind of good stuff. And then go into my bills tab, which will be a separate video on my bills and budget setup for January. So I hope that helps. Join me in February when I do a flip through. You will see kind of more in action how my January came together. We'll pull out our January data and put in our February data. Thanks for joining me today. I hope that you all have a relaxing weekend. Enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Bye.